Pennsylvania's Democratic Governor Josh Shapiro giving in to demands from teachers unions and progressives in his own party, choosing to break a campaign promise to bring school choice to the state and help students in poor performing schools. The Wall Street Journal calls the decision a sellout and notes the governor has presidential ambitions and passing school choice would have put him on Randy Weingartner's enemies list, which it would have. Alexis McAdams is live in New York with more on this. Alexis, good afternoon.
Trace, good afternoon. Yeah, he probably would have been on her bad list there. But Governor Shapiro says he still supports school choice, even though he took this out of the budget or plans to in the state budget. State Republicans reminding voters that actions speak louder than words. Listen.
We had a handshake deal. We gave a lot of things that he wanted. He's really just throwing his leadership out the window. So if he does that, I'm not sure he should have a seat at this table with us as we try to negotiate the rest of this budget.
The school choice proposal here would have given $100 million of state money to pay for tuition at private and religious schools without taking any money or funding from public schools. It was aimed to help those who are in some of the poorest schools in the state by giving qualifying students up to $15,000 in scholarships. Democrats and teachers unions did not want this to happen. They feared the money would be taken from public schools. Senate Republicans here, Trace, say their party negotiated in good faith to make school choice a reality, but say Shapiro was not going to do this. Shapiro says he was not going to hold up the entire budget, though, just for these school vouchers.
The Senate budget included past scholarships, $100 million to help low-income families in struggling school districts. But House Democrats made clear that it would not pass their chamber.
There is still hope for school choice in Pennsylvania. House Democrats plan to hold hearings this summer about these vouchers. Shapiro has made clear that he supports the idea of a state-backed school choice program. Trace.
Yeah, Alexis McAdams live for us in New York. Alexis, thank you. With us now, Leo Terrell, a Fox News contributor and civil rights attorney, and most importantly, a former teacher. Leo, it's always great to have you on here. As they said, Alexis was pointing out, they had a handshake deal on this. He campaigned on school choice, and just, hours before we had Corey DeAngelis on saying, this is going to be historic because I think the governor is actually going to stand up and stick to his morals and go with school choice, and he caved.
No, he lied. Education, Trace, is the key to break the poverty cycle.
Right.
And the Democrats have basically incarcerated people of color into these dysfunctional public schools. Why? Because he likes power and control. His future is at stake. And what he did was he got a phone call from the teachers union saying, if you vote for this, your political career is over. They basically have denied kids of color, low-income kids, a chance to advance with a better quality school. That's an outrage.
Yeah, and I want to play this soundbite because this is from almost exactly 2 weeks ago. It is the governor saying this to America's Newsroom.
One of the best ways we can guarantee their success is making sure every child has a quality education. I've also made crystal clear that I won't take a dollar out of our public schools in order to achieve that. We've got to invest more in our children, not less. And so I want to make sure we give, as I said, every child of God an opportunity to be successful.
He talks about quality education. The nation's report card in major cities, you've got the vast majority of students who are not reading or doing math, Leo, at grade level. That's a tragedy. That's a national disgrace.
That is a tremendous tragedy. I'll tell you right now, the problem is very simple. He caved. He caved in, and you know what? If anyone believes that the Democrats are supporting people of color, here's a perfect example. That's a lie. The Republicans wanted school choice for all people, regardless of color, to advance. How can you, last year, Supreme Court talked about affirmative action in colleges. You can't get to college if you're in poor K-12 public schools, and that's what's happening.